Welcome to my life on paper, and welcome to Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And that's Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and that's where we take a pin off a board. I'm going to use this one that is using washi, and then it's supposed to lift up the ink from your printer, and we will talk that through. So I first try the ink on just regular type, just regular paper, thin copy paper, and it starts to pull up the paper. So I don't know why I kind of did that, because the ink was lifting off. It was just taking the paper with it. And you can see it's working, but I didn't want to tear the paper. I wonder if that makes a difference now that I'm saying this out loud. But anyway, so I decided to give up, and then I just cut it out. But I thought, what if I'm going to try it with a different washi, because who knows if a different washi would pull it up differently. And then my second plan, once this will fail, was to use my printer and put cardstock into my printer. That washi is too dark. And I think I'm going to have better luck, and it's still pulling up the paper. So here it is, my second try. And I use a different washi yet, and you can see through this very nicely. And it pulls right up off that cardstock, and it doesn't take the ink with it. So that's where I threw in the towel, and I just thought, okay, I am going to leave it on here and cut it out. And that's what I do. I might use it. Oh, yep, try another piece of, but that's not going to work any better. You can see that the second one I ran through the printer, I gave myself more space. I was afraid, with some of these thicker ones, still not working. So I did trim out that green. The green one says, ooh, I covered it up with my photo. Colors are the smiles of nature. You're not going to read it on my paper because I end up covering it up with my photo. Let's see, the orange, what do you call it, coral one? Oh, here's the orange one. The orange one just says Florida over and over again. Oh, I should tell you about the pictures that you can't see right now. The one with the film strip tape on it says State Park. That green one says life is a journey, not a destination. That one didn't turn out as well either because the green is so dark. This yellow one says the time to be happy is now. And what I did was I tried different fonts, and you can see that on the copy paper. Once I find a font I like, I used it on every other thing after that. The striped one says enjoy today. Was I talking through one? Oh, there's a blue striped one that I also covered up that says colors are the smiles of nature. Oh, I went on. So we take pineapple, off the board with pineapple papers is where we take a pin off our boards and we use it. And that is exactly what I did. The pin was from, I wrote it down here somewhere. I believe it's Girl with a Glue Gun. It is a girl and a gluegun.com, and that's where the pin was from. She did make mention that different printers work differently, so maybe your printer would work differently. The other thing I thought about doing was I could have, you'll see on the cardstock, the way I have them now, if I would have covered them all with washi and then run it back through the printer, and then I could have done it on top of the tape, if that makes sense. So that might be a thing I might do in the future. I have to tell you, I was really debating using this pin or not because I felt it might be a little time consuming. This video, it takes me a long time between trying the printing on the different papers and then covering them with the washi and then trimming out the washi and then getting the washi on the page. It took, and a page can take me well over an hour anyway, but this took me well over an hour. And so even sped up 4 times, It's still a 20-minute video, so sorry guys. I didn't cut all of this out. You have to watch me. But I did have things to talk to you about during all of this, so I thought that was okay. So here you're going to see the photos. The photos are when my husband and I were in Florida in February, and we went to a state park. It is called Mayaca River State Park. And this, what happened was I put two layouts together with the pictures that we took, and then previous to the state park, I had one layout without another side, without the companion page. So I needed a companion page. So I took these two photos that I hadn't scrapbooked, and I'm putting them ahead of the state park thing. So the that one that I'm trimming is the map that they have there. They didn't give it to us, but we took a picture. And so I printed that off. And the other one, raccoons are my favorite. I don't know if you know that. And that's why my life on paper has a raccoon on it. So I took the picture. It showed different animals that they have in the state park, and the raccoon was one of them. So I had to take a picture of that. So I start laying the washi down with this green one, and that is the first. That's how I'm going to lay the rest of them down, right? So I get the angle that I'm thinking is going to work. However, what I do is I start with the 1, 2, 3, 4 words on the bottom. I use 3 words on top, 3 washi lines of words on top, and rather than, and I'm just gonna put regular washi all throughout the middle because most of it's gonna be covered up. Well, you might wanna do your washi all the way up and then throw your words on so that you get the same angle. But I was concerned of the placement of the top because that's what you're gonna see. And so I did the bottom, I did the top, and in the middle you will see how my angles did not come together correctly and how I fixed it. You will see on the back of that orange one, I had printed wording on the back. So I must have gone into 2 pages, and my printer must have printed on both sides, and I didn't even realize that until I was getting that orange one down. So whoops. What I did like is that I have a whole bunch more lines of words on that first page that I deleted out because I wanted them more spacing. I could always go back and type those up if I want to and try it again. So here's where I lay out the top, and I really thought I had a similar angle. And I don't know, I guess I'm not too good at eyeballing my angles. So, and then after that, I just try to get the colors separated out. And I wanted to leave a little bit of a space. I didn't want to go all the way to the end, and I wanted just to leave a little bit space. And I liked them torn, and so I start doing this, and then I figure, well, what the heck am I going to do with the ones that are on the cardstock up above and below? So I just trim those down a little bit at the end. You'll see that. The colors that I chose, and so I think I should have gone to my embellishments first to see what kind of colored embellishments I was going to use, but I kind of did it backward. Well, backwards to me maybe. And I picked out the washi that you could see the lettering through the best. So I've got orange, I've got yellow, I've got that blue, and I've got green, and then I just have a little bit of coral. And then once I get this down, then I'll go into my embellishments and pull things out to hopefully match these colors. Oh, and a little bit of black, because I thought that was probably the easiest one to see the words through, is that film strip. So I'm just gonna throw these down randomly, which if you've watched my channel, I'm not good at random, but I think I did a pretty good job with random washi. You can see this was kind of not my normal to get the green, yellow, green on there, but I did it on the top and I did it on the bottom, and I like the way that looks. I think the blues will end up kind of close to each other. It's random, so I shouldn't be critiquing myself in that way, but it's all good. It is random. I did a good job of random. Yay. A+ for me. Whoops. And this one, I just don't like how it didn't have a white spot next to the orange. So I had to pull it up and try again. Probably getting close to where I go, oh, criminy. These aren't the same angle. So here I am trimming off some of those of the word washi. And then I apologize for my head, but when I have to see close to the top there, I do have to get my head in the camera. This one I had kind of forgotten about, and it was stuck above, so I'm just going to put I'm just going to stick it right on top of the washi, which works wonderfully. And oh, I'm going to stick those ends down. I'll be trimming those off too. This is a really good way to use washi. I, have a lot of washi and I barely used any of it on this layout. So, earlier this month there was an iron crafter that used washi. I did just kind of a chevron design, but this pin caught my eye. So, all right. So here is the blue. I thought maybe I'll just put it right up down the middle because I can't get two in here. So let me just kind of bloop. But then if you place down things and you go, oh my gosh, look at that big gap. So up it goes. Could I have left it? Absolutely. And the other thing I thought about was I could have just put it on the right side and not the left side, right? Because no one's going to be pairing the right side to the left side. In fact, I got to tell you, when you see the finished page, that orange washi on the left side, you're not going to see. That got covered up with an embellishment. So I did a pretty good job right there. All right, so there go my photos, and then I'm just figuring out what I want to layer, because I just know I want to do quite a bit of layering. And I do go into my, I've got bins of different colors of embellishments, and I have one that's multicolor. So that's what I go for first. And you'll see that coming up here after I get these all trimmed down. That is my next step. And after I decide I don't have enough of the multicolor items to layer, I will go into each of my blue and green and orange and yellow embellishments and pull things out. I did not end up with that many embellishments, but it took all that digging just to find out what I really wanted to go on this page. It is pretty a random page. It's not themed at all, because how would you theme a raccoon in a map from a state park? Other than if I really went like camping type things, maybe. I don't know. We weren't camping, so it was just a day trip. But I found these cool things, and I can't even tell you where I got them from. But I know they match. So that says it's a great day for. And I have a bunch of, this I think is from Joann's. These things, I had gotten a container off Facebook Marketplace, and some of those things came in it. So I think those things, I've seen them at Joann's. But nice bright colors that I liked, that I felt like matched the mood and feel of this layout. So just trying to figure out where that makes most sense for that. And I don't really glue anything down for a while. I do a lot of going through everything to find the perfect items. And I pull out a lot of things that will not end up on this page. There go my green items. See, you've already seen, I went through the multicolored. Now's the green. I think I've already pulled out some orange. There's the yellow. And then we will see just a little blue at the end. Ta-da! But I end up putting a lot of that back. So I'll just kind of, and that's what I do. I just throw it on my layout and then take it off my layout and then figure, what do I want to keep? What makes sense on this page? What do I not want? And I liked this pocket card, and I kind of tuck it in. I think I kind of forgot about it, but it's okay. It's okay without it, and now I have it for a different page. And the flowers below on that green frame weren't matching, so I just stuck the flowers that kind of did match on top of there. I struggled for a bit, but then I figured out I'm using this black. I'm going to back the photos in black, so it kind of gave me a base to work with. And I get them laid down and I do end up taking just a little bit off the left side. I really enjoy all these bright colors. I am drawn to bright colors, and left to my own devices would say this is my favorite. I was going to say that I might only scrapbook in brights, but that isn't true. I do step out of my box sometimes. So make sure that you check out the list below of everybody that is playing with Off the Board with pineapple papers. It is always fun to see. You can pick any kind of pin from your board for any reason. So there's mood boards for colors. There you could grab a sketch or techniques like this or absolutely anything. So it is very fun to see what everybody else is doing. I am just gonna get the final, this is where I want it, and yes, I'm gonna glue it down. I will use I do use that banner. Some of these things stay and some of these things go, but I'm getting to the finishing points now in the last 5 minutes of the video. Hey, there's some like acetate pieces. They're thin, they're flimsy, and I think there's from Ellie's studio. And I was glad to get those on my page. This was just a really good page for kind of random things. So that little heart matches those flowers and the piece on the right. Hey, that yes, I don't know why I keep saying hey. That yes is from when I make smaller photos on a 4x6 with my Becky Higgins Project Life app. That yes is a 2x2 square that you can fill in with the Project Life cards. So that was fun to use. I forget about those, and I have them separate from everything else. So that was kind of fun to use. Here are Doodlebug tiles. I don't know why I just have these couple random left. So I play around with a couple different words. You can see it says yes way. That does not stay there. Then I come up with I can make maybe. I think I make the word box, which is totally random, but sup, because you never know what's sup. And I finally figure out I can't make vacation, but I can make vacay. And since my little box says it's a great day for, I put vacay up there. And I used two of the A's, but I used a V. So there's a couple, I think there's a couple E's left. There's not many vowels left. And you can't Frankenstein, but you sure could put different stickers with them, or, use one tile at a time for like a initial or something like that, or the start of a word. So I can't tell you the last time I've used those. I've had them for a very long time, and it's a very long time since I've use them. So another random bit to get on here. That green journaling box is from like a cut apart sheet. I've got a whole bunch of those left. So it was definitely stash diving for me. The blue banner that's sitting on the bottom there, I had cut that out and then I didn't use it. That was out of my Cricut. So I thought that brought a nice piece of blue onto the layout. We've got that big green there. We've got some hints of black. We've got some yellow. I first kind of debated. I don't have pink, or that, especially that bright fuchsia color on the layout, but I'm okay with using them in the embellishments. So it went along with all the rest of the bright colors. I'm going to make sure this gets glued down so it doesn't go anywhere. This definitely is not over embellished, but it definitely has enough going on. The heart gets to go right there. And I didn't use splatters. I mean, I really did think there was a lot going on there. And as I get to the end of where I'm gluing everything down, I'm just looking to make sure that I've got, kind of a pop of yellow in each cluster, some blue in each cluster, and green, and maybe some orange. And I don't know if I really accomplished that, but like that flower, it looks like a yellow orange. Here I'm going to get one more piece on. I've got this pocket card that I'm just going to like, oh, that's another layering piece. Perfect. In it goes. And then I think the next thing I do, I have some blue stickers. These are planner stickers. And I wanted to put 4 on because I had 4 left, but only 3 make it because I have 3 clusters. So one lone arrow will make it on another page, I promise you. That arrow will not go to waste. I did not use the yellow. The yellow's stars were not as bright as the yellow as I have on there, but I did get the banner glued down. And oh, and then my title. Well, I don't know if this is my title. It's part of my title. I did put the state park name. I had it printed out and I did not put any washi tape over it, but it's the Mayaka River State Park and it fits just right in there and it's adorable and I love it. So thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. Are we on the end? I think we're at the end. I feel like I still have like a minute left, but thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. I appreciate it so much. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope you come back and see me again soon.